What's up, guys? JK the Don here, back again with another episode of the NSG podcast. I'm your host, JK, channel JK the Don. Or you can call me JK for this. And today, I'm with one of my other NSG podcast members, Evie. Say what's up.
What's up? What's up, guys?
And today we're going through another
Wow.
one of fantasy leagues that I'm in, Josh, JK, the MPA+Friends fantasy league. This league from my high school. We carried over to college. We're just gonna be talking about some of the teams, going through the Fantasy Pros power rankings right here, going through my own power rankings that I made myself for week one right here, and also just re-ranking them and seeing where we agree and disagree. Now, the first team we have is the Adams family. This is Arnav's team, and I'll pull up the full thing. So, his team is quarterback Gino, RBs Madison and K9, wide receivers Adams, Lamb, and T. Higgins, and tight end is George Kittle. On the bench, he has Dak, Rogers, Gabe Davis, the Bills defense, Juju, Cook, Terry McLaurin, and Brees on IR. So, when I first ranked this team, I had him in sixth
Okay.
for week one.
Okay.
So, if you got any thoughts on this team, I kind of like it, not gonna lie.
Um,
Parts.
I don't take the team. I have one of my real questions is why the fuck do you have three quarterbacks? It's a
Okay, that's a
10-man
trick
league.
question.
Like, there's no point in doing that.
I feel like Bro could drop Rodgers, low key. Who the fuck? Aaron Rodgers is
You could
not fantasy.
drop Rodgers. Like, it doesn't matter. Um, I like his team. Running backs, is whatever. Because, eh,
Eh,
no
that's
love
what
in running backs.
that's what everybody else gets on his ass for. Is his running backs are K9 and Madison.
Like, no love, man. It's not like it could be worse. Like if he has Dalvin Cook and Brees, which that's cool, but it's just something that's bringing it down a little bit. Like to me, I don't know how to draft one, but instead of drafting a T Higgins, who I think kind of overrated in that one fantasy, you could have drafted a different instead.
So I don't know. I'll check. I think pretty sure he did. Yeah,
Like
he drafted T
I don't
Higgins.
know the draft. I'm not in this league.
Yeah.
Clarification, but I don't know.
So he did
This
draft T
draft,
Higgins. He drafted T Higgins in the fourth round at pick 34. Trades he made. He made a trade with me. I traded him Terry McLaurin for DeAndre Swift because, as you see later, I did not need Terry McLaurin. But my team will come later. Other trades he made.
Nobody needs Terry McLaurin.
He traded Dalvin Cook. He traded Javonte Williams and Jerry Jeudy for Dalvin Cook, DeAndre Swift, and Juju Smith-Schuster.
That's a good trade.
And that's a solid trade. A solid trade.
I don't like fucking Boo Boo that he stinks, but like it's a good trade. Like Dalvin Cook, if the Jets are good, probably has more upside than most of the players in this trade.
And
I
then
don't like Juju though.
the main trade he made was getting rid of Saquon Barkley and trading Saquon, Pat Fryermuth, and
That was
DJ
a
Moore.
mistake. That wasn't a mistake. He should have kept Saquon Barkley. He should have not done that.
He traded. Okay, hear me out, because that actually wasn't a bad trade. He traded Saquon, Pat Fryermuth, and DJ Moore to acquire K9, CeeDee Lamb, and George Kittle.
Oh, never mind. You know what? I personally would have traded Saquon Barkley, but if he's gonna give up K9, CD Lamb, like CD Lamb is a top 10 receiver, George Kittle top 3 tight end. I mean,
So I
K9 could be
promise
a
you,
top 20 back.
when we go through the CeeDee Lamb team, it's gonna be. I mean, when we go through the team who he traded with, it is a tragic story. And we can go to the team later. But overall,
Like, it's not as bad. I still personally would have kept Saquon, but it's not as bad as I initially thought.
so I feel like this team, when we go through all the teams, we'll see where it like ranks. But for now, I would say we could just put it in a tier. I say this is definitely a middle of the pack team, just because of the running backs. Fantasy Pros
I think it's a
does
solid
not agree.
team. Running
Fantasy-
backs don't give those running backs right there don't give him a good week to week upside. So I wouldn't say elite good team. I'd say like but it's a 10-man. I give him probably like 5 right
Yeah.
now. That's the
But
only team I've seen. So right now I put him at 5.
Why the fuck is Siggy keeps turning on? Okay, so the Adams family
Let's pass interference. My problem.
is,
Watch.
is at fifth for now. Okay.
I'll put it in.
Next team we have is Land of Justins by Justin Harris, aka the dude who couldn't use Shaq properly in 2K20.
Damn,
If you know,
you
you
getting
know.
called out.
That was a
First,
funny one.
me first.
So this is one of my favorite teams. I ranked this team in fifth, just outside of tier one. This team is Herbert, Josh Jacobs, Cam Akers, Jefferson, Keenan, Waller, Chris Godwin. We'll skip over defense and kicker. Jaguars defense, McFrosty doesn't really matter that much.
It doesn't matter. Defense is better.
Monty, Christian Kirk, Traylon Burks, Browns defense, Kirk Cousins, Raheem Mostert, and Alan Lazard. I like this team. I would even after I'm off the Cam Akers truther train. I like this team still.
I like this. I like this team. I still like this is a small gripe. Why? I don't know if he did because I'm not in this league. But why did we draft two defenses? Once again, it's a 10-man league. You don't have to do that.
So
Just three.
he drafted the Browns defense 12th round at
But
120 and drafted he added the Jaguars defense from free agency because they play the Colts this week. So that's valid. That's valid enough.
okay, that makes no sense. But you could have just dropped the like the Browns. I understand that the Browns have Miles Garrett's there, but like we don't know how good the defense is going to be, so like you can't just project. You can't really
I
project it unless
mean,
it's like the Eagles
to
or
me, the Browns
anything.
defense has 6 weeks where they're unstartable because I'm not starting them against any team in their division. Not even the Steelers. I'm not starting the Browns
Well, I
defense.
like this team. They got two. They got an underrated guy in Chris Godwin. Bucks receivers underrated picks. Like,
You
I
see,
like I like the winning this year a lot actually. Like Raheem Mostert is pretty much the starter until he gets hurt, which he
Keenan would be
probably
a
will.
gripe
But
if he didn't have Herbert, but he has the stack, so it's valid. It's valid.
well, I don't mind Keenan Allen, especially getting him as a wide receiver too. Like if you have Justin Jefferson, your team that's sitting behind that, and you have Chris Godwin, Darren Waller. I like Darren Waller with the Giants. The problem is that like right now he is always injured, so like he's hurt again. I like Josh
Okay,
Jacobs, but
funny
Raiders,
draft.
Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know about that
This is a
with the
funny draft
Raiders.
story. He drafted Josh Jacobs 10th overall in the back of the first round.
Yeah.
And if we go to the
Um,
draft recap, he
Depending
drafted
on like
Josh
the
Jacobs.
actual draft board, that might be a kind of an
He
overdraft. I
drafted
mean,
Josh Jacobs ahead of
Nicholas
Chubb,
Chubb is still
Henry,
there. Derrick
Diggs.
Henry. Yeah.
So a bit of
I
an
mean, I'm okay
overdraft, but
with
it's
you
not
not
that
drafting.
bad.
Wide receiver is fine. Since it's half, if you draft a running back in the first round, I don't care. It's not like that big a deal. But that team is good. I like that team. Yeah,
I
I'd
like
give
that
it
team.
right now out of the teams. I give it a three. I give it top three on it.
Actually, okay, here's what
But
I'm
I
gonna
haven't
do.
seen the other.
I'm gonna
I haven't
put
seen the other
these.
team.
I'm gonna do it this way. Since we moved them down, now you move to second and you're first.
I would move him to three. But this is just me right now, so like it could move down.
Yeah, so right now, first and second, of course, these only two teams we've ranked: Landed Justins and the Adams family. Next team on the board is Bryson, last year of fantasy. Even though he spelled it wrong, so it's Fanasti or whatever. He's a
Last
freshman.
year,
He's a freshman. We give him a pass.
so
So Bryson White, Justin Fields, James Conner, Saquon Barkley, Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, Pat
oh,
Fryermuth, Raheem
it
Mostert,
seems
and
like
as you
the
can
Cooper
see,
Cup
Cooper
injury is
Cup on
fucking this
IR.
team that man. I'm not calling. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
The Cooper Cup injury in the first week is screwing this team because
So he's
wait,
the
since
one
we're
we
talking here, it's not that bad, but
he's the
I
one who
don't love
traded
running
away.
backs.
He traded away CD Lamb.
See, like
He traded away
at
CD
that
and
point, I would have
Kittle
kept CD Lamb.
and
I would have kept
K9.
CD Lamb and
He's the
K9.
one. Yeah,
Like if he
he
keeps CD
acquired
Lamb and
Saquon.
K9, the team is better.
Yeah, he acquired Saquon, Pat Fryermuth, and DJ Moore for CD, Kittle, and K9. And
Like he traded away a bit too much to me.
yeah,
Like I
another
like Saquon, but CD Lamb's a top 10 wide receiver option. When K9 is a top 20 back. George Kittle top three tight ends. I like
another
Justin Fields, but once again, we don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, it's a new offense, new team. You know,
we have a
probably
questionable
will be
draft day
better, but
decision though. He drafted
are
Justin
they gonna?
Fields He
Like,
drafted
how
Justin
much are
Fields
they going to really pass the ball? Like, last year, they didn't
30.
pass the ball a lot. It kind of limited the upside that Justin Fields has, because they didn't pass the ball. Like, honestly, they ran the ball a lot. So if that continues, the upside is limited. But
It
I
is.
see the big the running and the big plays. But
So
I like Tyler Lockett. I don't like DJ Moore, but I guess since you have Justin Fields and DJ Moore,
it makes it
and
somewhat
why do
better.
you have Darnell Mooney too? Why the fuck do you have
Drop
Darnell
Brown
Mooney?
money.
Like,
He's not allowed.
I don't
Funny thing.
understand why.
Funny thing is though, he drafted Justin Fields 33rd overall in the fourth round. And if you go to the draft recap,
That's
right, he drafted Justin Fields ahead of Jalen Hurts, ahead of Josh Allen, ahead of Lamar Jackson,
I
in the middle of the fourth.
like I can't justify that. I mean, you're really banking on potential.
And the thing is,
I
right,
guess it's
the
not
fact that the
terrible.
QBs fell this far is egregious. I'll admit. There's no way these three guys should be here in the middle of the fourth round. They should have been gone in the third. But at the same time, taking Fields over these guys when you could have had Lamar, Allen, or Hurts, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, honestly, that's not a great selection.
And the team
I
itself, it's
don't.
not bad. In my
Team
power
is like if
rankings,
Cooper Cup was healthy, I would like. Are we just are we? Am I ranking this team based on like if all the players are like healthy, or just based on week one?
just based on all the, I said all the players are healthy, but I was like implying the Cup injury into this since he's out for 4 weeks. I had him in eighth.
Fair.
I had him
I
in
would
eighth,
put this team. Well, based off the three teams I've seen, seven. I would put them at seven.
which means for now he is in the back half of this, aka he is
I
the
would put them at
13.
the back half.
Uh, literally, okay, I'll put the names here: Bryson, Justin. Like the team isn't that bad. With Cooper Cup, it's a
I don't
solid
hate the
team. It's
team, but to
playable.
me, the team's just significantly better if we keep K9 and we keep C Lamb. I mean, if we keep K9 and C Lamb, I don't have to rely on James Conner. I'm not as worried about the Cooper Cup injuries in the first week.
Yeah, because he would have Cooper Cup and CD, no Saquon, but he would
No
have K9 and
Saquon, but
Connor
you have K9 and Conner, which is
and
fine.
Ramondre. That's still that team is really good
Ramondre is still
with Cooper
solid.
Cup and CD, and he still
Their
have Kittle.
backup running backs that is not trash, but it is what it is. Like
It is.
drafted Gus Edwards in 2023. Maybe in it only the 16.
Next
I'm
team
doing
on the
that.
list is same team, different year. Braxton White. And
I
okay,
see Isaiah Pacheco signing. I already have an issue.
and that's the same issue I said. We're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna go.
I have an
This one, we're
issue.
gonna look at what I said first. I said I saw my take on this team, saying it's worse than competition, but not bad. I said Pacheco is a bad flex, but Dotson is the better flex play.
Did he not take Pacheco out? Did he not wait for Thursday? Did he keep Pacheco in the
He
flex?
played Pacheco in the flex on Thursday. And Fantasy
He
Pros
really?
has him ranked
Why? Why would
seventh.
he do that?
Fantasy Pros has him ranked
Why?
seventh.
I'm just like again, Isaiah Pacheco, one of my most hated players in fantasy. He's in the top five. Nothing against Isaiah
Top
Pacheco,
five
but
most
for
hated players in
fantasy
fantasy.
football,
Yeah.
he stinks.
And
Like
just
he
for some
stinks for
recap,
fantasy football. I'm like,
the
what?
last team we ranked last year for Nasty, 10th in Fantasy Pros, and Land of Justice was 5th. The Adams family was 4th. And this team is 7th. And I don't like it. Now, people say I'm
I
hating.
like Patrick Mahomes. I like Aaron Jones. I mean, I will say I really liked his bitch. Now, his starters are not my favorite in the world, but Techno, I'm like I don't like I get to I drafted Kincaid and I understand, but I didn't draft
Oh,
Kincaid
Kincaid's
to
here
be
because
my
he's
starter
on
because
IR.
he has Kelsey. Oh, Tennessee's not that bad.
Kincaid's here because he's on IR. So the main guards had against this
Oh,
team is
I didn't actually. I moved this to who did I put fifth? The Justin team. Yeah, move them down. I put him fifth.
you're putting him okay.
Honestly, this team is better. Like I didn't know that he had Kelsey. See, if you told me that in the first, never mind. Since he has Kelsey, it's not actually that bad.
So
I
that's
still
the
don't
first
like. Why are we
difference
drafting
between
Isaiah
us.
Pacheco? But still,
Is I would have him in here between third and fourth. That's where I had him, and I'll like give the reasoning for it. Where is it? Yeah, same team different here. Okay.
like I put him above. Yes, I put him in fifth. I move him above him. Cause who
Okay.
was it? The R9? Yeah, he's still like third. He's still the highest best team I've seen.
Arnold's still the best team you've seen.
I think that's the what I think that was the team. I said was good. I think it was.
We'll move this to first, and yeah, second, third, fourth. So the reason I like Justin's team just because before I was Cam Akers drew third. You got Cam Akers, Justin Herbert, fucking Keenan Allen, all that. The reason I did not like Braxton's team is because I'm not a big fan of Rashad White. I'm not a big fan of DK, and I'm not a big fan of Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco is not startable. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, I was kind of saying Pacheco. I
No.
understand the Rashad White, but me and thinking is that they're gonna give the ball to Rashad White. Like he's gonna be there. He's the guy. There's no like who Chase Edmonds. Like I'm not scared of Chase Edmonds. I'm not scared of Sean Tucker. Like I don't care. Rashad White is gonna because he was already taking the role from Lenny last year. Like he's gonna take the role. He's gonna command it. And Baker may throw check downs, may not throw check downs. I like DK, not as much as like Tyler Lockett because I think Tyler Lockett is better in fantasy. But DK is not bad as long as the offense is still really good.
And at the same
I like Michael Thomas too. I like Michael Thomas in the flex play or Jahan Dotson in the flex play.
and those two are who he tries. He's planning on trying to
And he has
start.
Kelsey and I like Aaron Jones. Yeah, see, I like this team. This team
So
is good. I
we're
like
gonna open up some
Mahomes,
trade.
Kelsey.
We're gonna open up some trade talk shit. He is planning. He's trying to offload Calvin Ridley and DK Metcalf for a wide receiver one, and he's been in talks trying to trade for Amon Ra and AJ Brown for those
I
two.
would not do that.
Now,
I would definitely
personally,
not do that.
if I'm those
Not
wide
for
receiver one,
Almiron because Almiron is the biggest safe floor guy. Upside, not that high. He's a strictly slot receiver.
if
Like he's
I'm one of
not going
those
to make
guys,
super big plays down the field. He's a strictly slot guy. Like it's not super big upside.
if I'm
And
one of those
AJ
guys with one of
Brown,
those wide receiver ones, I'm jumping at that opportunity.
I would jump at the opportunity. I would like if he is saying AJ Brown, or especially AJ Brown, maybe, but not even really because the Eagles love to run the ball and they spread the ball out a bit more. Like AJ Brown is not like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Well, he could be, but he's not like that where he's commanding 150 plus targets. Like he's not doing that.
Okay,
So
and
I would
you'll see
take it.
later in the
Like
video.
if you have Amon St. Brown and he's offering you Calvin Ridley and DK, I take that trade. Like I get two wide receiver ones, quote unquote, but I'd say DK is more wide receiver two. I think Calvin Ridley can be a wide
Your
receiver
wide
one.
receiver one.
But
And you'll see later in the
even if
video.
it's two wide receiver twos in fantasy, I take two wide receiver twos over like a safe low ceiling wide receiver one. But like even on a week to week basis, DK Metcalf has more upside than Amon St. Brown does.
He does. I
It's
ain't gonna
just
lie. Amon Ross, okay, especially when JMO gets back, Amon Ross upside is gonna be limited.
like Jalen.
And as
Like
you can see,
Amon upside is already limited. I mean,
even in
I
the
like
Chiefs game,
Amon because
they're spreading the ball around. They're
like
getting Josh Reynolds
I
involved. They're getting
drafted
Cleve
Amon
Raymond
St.
involved.
Brown because he has the safe floor where I know he's going to get a lot of targets and I know he's going to get the check down passes and this and that, but he's not a big play down the field guy. So he's just a safety blanket. And I know like it's basically like I'm drafting Amon St. Brown like you will be drafting Travis Kelsey. Where I just know he's the safe, easy target. Where he's not going to have super explosive plays, but well, Travis Kelsey might. Like still.
So I did have this team in ninth. Fantasy Pros has it in seventh. Yep, seventh. Actually, yeah, seventh at 86 now, and I had him below Bryson only because, yeah, my Rashad
This
White and
team is
DK
the fucking
Metcalf
best
is
team I've
showing.
seen in my opinion.
And now the thing is, though, we will see later the reason why the AJ Brown team didn't trade away AJ Brown. Even also because this person is said to value Amon Ra more than he does AJ Brown, saying that he says that Amon Ra is better than AJ Brown in fantasy, which that's a
And
questionable take,
that's a
but
wash.
Yeah, it's mostly a wash,
That's a
about the
wash
same
to me.
tier.
It's not like I would say AJ Brown is so much better. Nah, it's a wash.
So
I wouldn't
next
say one
team
is particularly better.
is Deshaun Watson revenge season. Now you've seen some of the trades
Uh,
I'm making
this,
for Henry and all that type of stuff. This is that team, and
uh,
we have
this,
Watson, Bijan,
uh,
Henry,
I don't love
ADebo,
this team. I can
D Hop,
already tell.
Hop,
I
TJ
don't
Hawkinson,
love this
Najee
team.
Harris. On the bench, we have mini men, Tyler Algier, the Broncos defense, Schultz, Pickens, Addison, and Quinton Johnston. I like the bottom three wide receivers already, but my entire gripe with this team for the entire offseason has been your QB sucks, both your wide receivers suck. Okay, they don't suck, but your
I
QB's
mean,
QB9, QB10
I
range, and then
like,
Debo and D
okay,
Hop.
I like the bench of this team. He has a really good bench. Actually, probably the best bench I've seen this whole time. Like, that's really good. Deshaun Watson, I don't like love only because, damn, that man's a fucking monster. Deshaun Watson, I don't love that because, like, I mean, I think the Browns, like, I predict the Browns to make the playoffs, but it's the fact that you don't know how good Deshaun Watson is. I think he's going to be good, but, like, maybe he won't. I love Bijan and Derrick Henry. That's fine. Because have Debo. Debo sucks. I'm sorry. It's fantasy football, and they use him as a wide back. So that's stuff. I like D Hop, but it's still a Derrick Henry offense. So he just won't be as good as he is normally. CJ Hawkinson, good side end, obviously. There's nothing really much else to say about that. And Najee Harris. I like Najee Harris, but the Steelers, Najee Harris just isn't that explosive, and the Steelers O line is kind of bad.
I feel okay. Najee Harris in the flex is totally fine for me. That's a great flex play. If you want to go three RBs,
I think Harris would be good as a starter, but
three RBs reminds me of the NFL fantasy days. Yeah, this is solid. I like
you
it.
know, week one just may not be Najee Harris' week going against the Niners as
Yeah,
an offense.
against the Niners, nah, it's not gonna be his
It
week.
may not be his week. If it was a different game, you probably see a better result. But not against the Niners. Not his week for that.
Rankings wise, okay. Rankings wise, I
This
am.
team, I would put this team
Oh, to here.
below the Justins.
Yeah,
So yeah, I wouldn't put it below Bryson's team. But Bryson's team is which team was that again?
Cooper Cup
I
on
should.
IR.
Oh yeah, the oh yeah, the team that traded away. Okay, yeah, it's not
So
terrible, but
that corresponds to my
I put
rankings.
it.
Really, I have Miles in seventh, just above Bryson in eighth. Fantasy Pros has Miles in sixth at 87 now. And of course, best RB. Okay, second best RBs, best flex play with Najee, but worst
Second
wide
best
receivers and
RB.
ninth QB.
There's somebody who has better RBs.
Yes, there is somehow. I'm
Let's
trying to
say
think.
Najee, Bijan, and Derrick Henry, and Brian Robinson. There's somebody with better running back.
I'm trying to think who would have better RBs. Oh, yeah. Fantasy Pros might be tripping if it's the person I think it is.
There's somebody with better RBs than what?
No, yeah, Fantasy Pros is tripping. Only because they value one of these guys way too high, and that might be the next team, and we'll see. Yep, the McAfrican Americans. This is the team they say with the best RBs. I say no,
Jameer
but
Gibbs.
Jameer Gibbs. Yeah.
I'm
So
not. Let me not hate Jameer Gibbs. Not bad, but like,
we will go
but
over
like,
this.
bro,
Fantasy Pros has this team in second place, and it is
second place.
first
Well,
RB
we'll
rank.
see. If I think the team, I don't know.
And
We
in my
have to see if he's better.
rankings,
If I think it's better than Barnes.
they are second. So T Law, CMC, Jameer Gibbs, Amon Ra, Jalen Waddle, Evan Ingram, Smitty, Eagles defense, and Cameron Dicker as the kickers. Bench,
Oh,
Ayuk,
you.
Cooks, Herbert, Penny, Zay Flowers, JSN,
Yeah,
and
this team
Marquise
was the best team I've
Brown.
seen. I'm
Now, as
not
I
gonna lie.
said, this
This
team
is
is
the
in
best
second
team
for a
I've seen.
reason. I love
This is,
this
this, is,
team.
this is the best team I've seen. Fantasy pros ain't counting. This is the
Jameer
best team
Gibbs,
I've seen.
Jameer Gibbs is okay. It's a case of I've been saying all off season. Evie's also saying all offseason, Monty's role has been so understated. He's a good pass blocker. He's gonna go between the tackles and pick up those
Yeah, I've been
yards,
saying things about
and
Monty
he's
whole time.
going to
Like
get a
I've done, I
heavy
haven't see.
workload.
This is what I literally said. I said your expectations for Jameer Gibbs is to be in the DeAndre Swift role, but to be better than DeAndre Swift was. And I just like to me that expectation shouldn't really you shouldn't really have that so highly just yet because David Montgomery is better than Jamal Williams. Once again, he's better than Jamal Williams. He's a better pass blocker. He can catch passes. He's better than Jamal. Like yes, at the end of the season, will it probably use Jameer Gibbs more because he's more explosive? Obviously later in the season. But earlier in the season, like if you're relying on Jameer Gibbs to help you win fantasy games and you're losing, like you have to make the playoffs to get to that point where Jameer Gibbs will be really good. But for that, you gotta make the fucking playoffs. So if Jameer Gibbs isn't getting the big role like he had on Thursday, if he's not getting that big role and he's just getting minuscule touches where he makes really good plays, but it's not a lot of touches. David Montgomery got the golden materials, and you see the point. Like David Montgomery was in majority of the game.
I would say this team separates with the wide receivers. Amon Ra, Waddle, and
The
Devonta
wide
Smith
receivers are really
all
good.
have a case
High
to be
floor.
a wide
You
receiver
got
one.
high floor Amon, big upside Jalen Waddle, big upside Devonta Smith. Evan Ingram is whatever.
Evan Ingram's whatever. He sacked with
Trevor
T-Law, so
Lawrence, I
it's
like Trevor
fine.
Lawrence. CMC, you got the RB1, CMC,
CMC.
dog shit.
And then bench,
Brandon
Ayuk,
Ayuk, yeah, these
solid.
wide
Cooks,
receivers are really
solid.
fucking good.
Fucking Herbert and Penny are
These wide
okay.
receivers.
Flowers,
I mean,
Jason, and
Kenny
Marquise,
kind of trash, but Khalil Herbert's decent. Honestly, I drop Penny and pick up Roshan.
low key. Yeah, I love this team entire off season. One of the best teams, and it
I like
deserves
this
it
team.
deserves number two
Yeah,
ranking
I
on
would put it
Fantasy
up.
Pros,
I would put it above Arnold. So
and it
I
is
don't think
going.
they should be number one in running back. So I still think that the team I just saw has better running backs.
Okay, I don't want to do this now. We're gonna copy this here, back it out, then do the numbered list now. One was, yep,
Yeah, I
which
definitely
is
put it number one.
Bradley.
I
Two,
think
oh,
I think it's a pretty
two,
clear number
three,
one from the teams that I saw.
and we are gonna do this, and then we are going to put this here. Just copy this way since we're just moving every team down one spot. Braxton here, Justin here, Miles is here for now, and Bryson is here, and we have 4 teams left to go. So the next team up on the rosters list is Addison and Rose Racing's my team. I'm the AJ Brown
That
team.
man is great.
Addison and Rose Racing. And we'll read it off now. Fantasy.
Man,
My
I'm
own power
taking
rankings. I have it at 1. Fantasy Pros also at 1 with a score of 100. So, my team Hertz, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, A.J. Brown, Drake London, Dallas Goddard, Garrett Wilson. On the bench, P. Ryan, Sky Moore, Elijah Moore, James Cook, Zach Charbonnet, Christian Watson, and DeAndre Swift.
It's a good
So,
team. Like the bench.
I've had this team. I put this
Starters.
team 1 and 3 interchangeable, and it's at
Starters. I
one.
like the starters. I like Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Drake London, big upside. That was Dollar solid play. Don't like J.K. Dobbins, but Jalen Hurts is good. Nick Chubb, top
Nick Chubb
tier
is Nick
RB.
Chubb.
That's a good
J.K.
team.
Dobbins. Look, J.K. Dobbins is a work in progress. He may be gone. I don't know if he'll be gone, but he may be gone. But Houston this week, he's gonna. This week I'm comfortable with him going off.
Oh, for this week, yeah, because they're playing fucking Texans. And Texans suck.
Now, I think
All I
I
have
have
to
one of the
say
best.
about this team, I think this team is good. I see some good upside with Christian Watson and Drake London. I would problem with the Christian Watson Drake London thing at this point that well, you drafted Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown. Those are gonna start every week. So really, you probably could have drafted somebody other than Christian Watson or Drake London, or you could have drafted one of them, not the other one.
Okay,
Because if you have AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson, because it's not like a two flex league, you only have one flex spot. So I just don't like because you're gonna start AJ Brown and Garrett Wilson every week they play.
we
Like
can
you're not
actually
gonna
talk
bench
about
any
that
of
one.
them. It doesn't matter.
So I drafted Drake London, took advantage of ESPN ADP, drafted Drake London 66 overall in the seventh round. But Christian Watson was part of a big trade I made. So I traded Jonathan Taylor, Marquise Brown, JSN, Elijah Mitchell, and Tank Bigsby for Terry McLaurin, James Cook, Zach Charbonnet, J.K. Dobbins, and Christian Watson. So this is part of me
Uh,
trading away JT.
Honestly, I would have. I probably wouldn't have done it because I could have just kept Jonathan Taylor if he gets traded or comes back. Well, when he comes back, not if he comes back. When he comes back, and probably gets traded. I mean, he'll be good. Like I would have just kept it. I mean, Marquise Brown is a solid guy. You know, the Cardinals do suck. Tanks Bigsby is solid back. I mean, it's not a terrible trade, but I would have kept Jonathan Taylor.
And that was also that one thing that was before. I'll say is that was before I acquired Nick Chubb, where I traded
Trade
Joe
Nick
Mixon and Mark
Chubb.
Andrews. I traded Joe Mixon and Mark Andrews for Nick
I
Chubb and Elijah
forgot about
Mitchell.
that.
And this
Oh,
is
that's
also
why.
a J.K. Dobbins
Joe
trade
Mixon.
where
Uh, Mark
oh
Andrews stinks. My
so
fault. I
yeah
hate it.
I
Joe
traded Joe
Mixon's not
Mixon.
bad. But
I
Mark
traded Joe Mixon and
Andrews,
Mark Andrews for
again,
J.K.
Mark
Dobbins
Andrews
and
at
Elijah
third round
Mitchell.
ADP is terrible, and I'll stand on that hill. Now, if I'm
You'll stand on
wrong,
that hill.
I will admit to being wrong this season. But when Mark Andrews has 870 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns this season, don't tell me when I was right saying that that's like his peak, dude. Like he's never gonna hit the 1,300 yards, 11. Like he's never going to do that ever again. Like
So
it's not gonna happen.
yes, the reason I traded JT was because I believed I did not need JT and Nick Chubb, and I wanted the RB2 because at that point my RB2 was Samaj P Ryan. So I traded
Yes,
away
but it
JT,
was a ice. It was ice. Oh no.
and I also it was part of the three team. I traded J.K. Dobbins and Terry McLaurin, acquired Dallas Goddard and Marquise Brown to replace the tight end that I traded away in Mark Andrews when I got Nick Chubb. However, we're not going to trades. Overall, team wise, I had this team at one only because
I would have put
I will put this
it
team at two
second. Based off
here,
the teams that I've seen, I put it second. I just
and
think that his running backs are better, so I put him
his RBs are better, and his wide
his
receivers in question
RBs
are
are
better.
better.
The reason I have myself,
His wide receivers are not like I wouldn't say better per se, but you know they're just as good. So
and the reason I have myself at
'cause
one was saying
I think honestly out of this, I think Garrett Wilson will probably be the best receiver in this team. I think he has an easy path to 150 plus targets.
I said I separated at QB and bench, where Hurts over T
QB, I
Law,
think your QB is significantly better. I don't think
Hurts
your
being
bench is that
significantly
much
better
better,
than T
honestly.
Law, but bench,
I think your
I
bench
thought
is more. I think your bench is more like balanced than his is, but I don't know.
you see, I
Oh
said it was
shit!
better before the Sky Moore masterclass on Thursday night. Now I don't know because Sky Moore
Oh
might get
shit!
dropped.
Overtime in Appalachian State and Drake, Maine, North Carolina. I
All I
tell
have to
you,
say is I think I have the best so far. I think I have the best name in the league.
no,
Addison and
that
Rose
name
Racing.
is messed up. No, the best name is Deshaun Watson.
Revenge season. Okay, Addison and Rose Racing. Man. We only gas up around here. We only go 150.
I haven't seen any real bad teams today. Bryce
Okay.
team though was the
The
worst, but I
next
thought if
team
Super Cup was
is
playing, his team would be better.
Riley Reed option. Another team I
That's the
love.
worst, man. That's the worst. Man. I
I
should put it
have
last for them.
I have this team
That's a
third
terrible.
place because I love this team, and they also are in third place on Fantasy Pros. Now,
Well, I think they're third. Maybe.
QB Lamar Jackson, running backs Tony Pollard and Joe Mixon, wide receivers Olave Cooper, tight end Mark Andrews, flex Miles Sanders. On the bench, Kamara, Deontay, Cole Kmet, Cortland Sutton, DJ Chark, Rico Dowdle, and Damian
And
Harris.
I do like this bench because Alvin Kamara's gonna come
Cole
back and
Kmet needs to
probably be
get
good. All
dropped.
of
You're
a
never starting
sudden,
him.
Colton is but and Rio Dottle, you can drop him. He won't do shit. Deontay Johnson solid. I like Joe Mixon. He's a solid RB. Tony Pollard upside, but it's just they had Zeke for a reason, and to me, it makes me think that they're not like Tony Pollard's going to be like kind of like Austin Eckler situation where he's not big, like he's not good enough to be having to get that many touches. Like it's really that simple. Like he's not like his body isn't built like that. He's gonna get hurt. Like he's not gonna like that's what it makes me feel like. That's the whole reason I see him taking like otherwise they would just use Tony Pollard. Chris Olave is the first wide receiver we're drafting. Low ceiling.
So
But
Chris Olave was drafted in the third round, 24th overall.
low ceiling. I like Amari Cooper. I say low ceiling on Chris Olave. I mean, I don't
He
dislike Chris
drafted
Olave, but I
Chris.
don't like him
Okay,
as.
he didn't actually draft Chris Olave over CeeDee Lamb. That was a draft mistake. Second, just flip CeeDee Lamb and Travis Etienne, and that's through the draft. He drafted Chris Olave over DK, and that's about DK, T. Higgins, and Smitty were the next wide
Devontae
receivers
Smith.
taken off the board
I would have taken Devontae Smith
because he took
over
Cooper
that.
himself, and yeah, DK, Higgins, and Devonta Smith.
I would have probably took Smith. I mean, I don't hate Chris Olave. This team isn't. I mean, the team isn't bad. The Adams families are nice, right?
You see, hmm?
Wait, which team is Arnold's team?
Arnav's team is he had Smith. I mean not Smith. Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb, T Higgins wide receivers, and his running backs were K9 Madison. Quarterback was Dak. Yeah, Dak and Gino, and his
Oh
tight
yeah,
end
here's the
was
team where I complained that he's after three
Kittle.
quarterbacks. I remember now.
Yeah. So
Was that the
I,
first team I saw?
that was yeah, pretty sure that was the first team you saw. I had this team in third place. I have the team in third because balance. It is one of the most balanced teams here. Wide receivers are solid,
I
running backs are good,
like
QB
this.
tight
I
end
need
duo
to
is good,
see the some of the other teams we saw before this. Besides Bryson, Bryson. I know
and
his team.
Arnav and Braxton. If I would do this, I would have them here. But we'll go back and look at the roster. I'll show you Arnav's
Like I need to
team.
see the. I don't remember all the other ones.
This is Arnav's team right here.
Trust. That's our not there. Justin's.
Yeah, Justin's
And
here.
that's last year's band. Yeah, I don't need to see
That's
that one.
no, we don't need to see that one.
But
And
Justin.
Braxton's here.
Um, honestly, so you go back to Justin's. Braxton, I would have said that's a serious. But honestly, I take Justin's team over his.
Justin's team over his. Okay, so that means you're putting him lower than. Okay, you're putting him lower than consensus, which is here sixth.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate his team. It's just I don't see big upside. I see some good floor, but I just don't see the upside.
Don't see
Like I
the
see
upside.
Lamar Jackson upside, but I don't see upside players. Like Chris Olave, I don't really think it's an upside player. Like Michael Thomas comes back, Alvin Kamara will come back. Like I don't see Chris Olave as an upside player. I see Cooper as a good floor play, not really big upside unless Deshaun Watson. Like if Deshaun Watson's gonna be that good, then that is really good. But I like Lamar Jackson. I don't see Joe Mixon as any upside either. He's going to be the same as he always is. Kelly Pollard, that's a good upside. Because and you have Kamara and Chris Olave. Like they're on the same team. They're going to take something away from each other. I don't love Miles Sanders. He'll probably be a three down back, but he's still not a great
He's still
pass
in the
catcher.
Panthers, and he's still not your
He's
pass
still not a
catcher.
great pass catcher. And I still can't get over. And the main thing that puts us down is the Nick Chubb trade. Because if I didn't know that he did this Nick Chubb thing, I
Yes,
probably would feel differently, but like he did this Nick Chubb thing,
he had
and it
Pollard
makes
and
me just put his team down more because
Chubb, and
he
he
had
traded me
Pollard
Nick
and
Chubb.
Chubb,
He had traded me
and
Nick
he
Chubb for Joe
didn't
Mixon and
like.
Mark
Who cares
Andrews.
about Mark Andrews? Like he had Pollard and Chubb. Like who's his backup tight end? Doesn't he have a backup?
Komet, Cole Komet,
Cole,
and
okay,
he
he can
had Dalton
drop somebody.
Schultz.
Okay, he could have kept Dalton Schultz. Like Dalton Schultz is a fine tight end. Like what is like if he kept Chubb, I would say better than since he
Now,
didn't, I just don't feel that feel
the
that
next
strongly.
team we have is a team I think is the worst team in the league. Chase some money, Christian.
Christian,
So
we're starting Jamal Williams. We're already off the bad start. Off the bad start.
Joe Burrow, Austin Eckler,
Ooh,
Jamal Williams, Jamar Chase, Mike Will, Tyler Higbee, Javante, Ravens defense, and Jake Elliott, Njoku, Russ, Judy, Van Jan,
ooh.
OBJ,
Mm.
Zeke, Zach Moss, and
Oh, he has
JT on
JT.
IR.
Okay, I give
He
him
is
points for keeping JT.
he's
But
the one who
Odell,
did
I
okay.
like Zeke. Zeke is a good flex play sometimes. Van Jan will be solid since Cooper Cup is out. Jerry Judy is good, but injury prone. So yeah,
So he's the one I
Tyler
traded
Higbee,
JT
solid
to.
starter.
He's the one who was part of this big JT trade, who I traded JT to. He traded away McLaurin, Cook, Charbonnet, Watson, and Dobbins. That was the JT
I
trade.
don't like it's whatever to me.
But I feel like that's a wash.
Like it's whatever. I like JT, so JT is up there. Jamal Williams, eh, Austin Eckler, Joe Burrow. Like Joe Burrow now look like an upside quarterback, but he's still really good. Austin Eckler might go his stats might go down this season. Mike Williams, hit or miss. Jamar Chase really good. Javante Williams, I don't know. Maybe I need to see Bryson's team again. This team isn't amazing.
And okay, I'll say this worst team because I feel like after the first 4 weeks, as soon as Cup comes back, you're not playing Van Jan, you're not playing Higbee, and Joku's bottom tier tight end for starting wise, and Jamal. As
I
soon
mean,
as
you can
Kamara,
still play Higbee or Van Zandt. It's just they won't be. There's not
they
high
won't be the
upside.
same.
They're not
And
high
then
upside players.
after the
I
first few
probably
weeks,
won't play
Jamal
Van Zandt. I can
Williams,
still play
no,
Higbee. I guess I would still be okay playing Higbee, but probably won't play Van.
and
Probably won't play Van Zandt.
Mike Will for a 10 team is still a bottom, like probably a
Like
bottom two wide
will
receiver too. He's
okay.
okay,
See, let me give you for an example. Like I'll go from my team. My team is a 6 man. Like if I can have Jamar Chase, Brendan Ayuk, Sutton, and Gabe Davis. Like those are my receivers. It's like yes, for a if it was a 10 team, that would be ass. I'm not gonna lie. For a
yeah,
10 team, that's ass. For a 16 man, that's pretty good. Like
but
for a 10 team,
for
that's
a
kind of
16
bad.
man, your
Like,
receivers are Chase, Mike Will, and Jerry Judy. That's okay, but Judy's injured, and Mike Will, he's gonna, you know what Mike Will's gonna do? He's gonna
if this
boom
was
some
like
weeks, have 25. He's gonna
if this was
bust some
like a
weeks, have 40.
12, 14 man, maybe, but like as a 10 man, I feel like you can get better receivers. Like I don't know, like what are we drafting there? I need to see Bryson's team.
So I want to tell you this scene. Christian, the reason why his like that he's left with that is because he had two first round picks and then two six-round picks. He did not have a second through a fifth.
People tell you make the trade. See, I
He's the
have to
one who
put
I made the
class
trade
draft.
with to get my 2 seconds and two
I'm
thirds.
putting him last because of that. I'm sorry, that factors into it. That's a dumbass trade. Like, why would you do that? It taints your team. Like, your team is not going to be good enough. Like, when you trade all your draft capital, like, your team will not be
But
good enough to compete. Yes, you have two top tier players,
this is
which do you
this is
even really
Bryson's
have two
team.
top tier? Like, I only saw Jamar Chase. Like, who else is who did he use with the first round pick?
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler. But I think Austin Eckler's numbers are going to go down this year. It doesn't mean he'll be bad. I just think he literally stated that he doesn't want the same workload. He wants a less workload. They added Quentin Johnson. They Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are healthy for once. Yeah, this is last. I'm sorry. And between that trade, it got to be last.
And
I have to
This is
give Bryson
Bryson's
the
team.
benefit of that.
And yeah,
Yeah, I mean Bryson's team. If Cooper Cup's playing, that's not bad. So I got to put that man last. Honestly.
Chase the money is
What's that
last.
thing? Touchdown.
Now they're probably gonna stay last. Well, okay, I know they're gonna stay last because the next team's actually pretty good. The last team is Varoon, and and he has. We can actually leave this here. Josh Allen, ETN, Damian Pierce, Hill, Diggs, Pitts, Mike Evans. Defense,
Like that.
Dolphins,
Dude,
Dolphins defense, Justin Tucker.
Daytime.
Receivers, on the bench, Gallup, Myers, Jeff Wilson, KJ Osborne, Michael Pittman
Running back
Jr.,
shows. Man, I like
McKinnon,
that.
and Tank Bigsby.
Honestly, wait. Go back. Go back to Arnold's team because I have him at third, and he's third.
Here is Arnold's team.
Hmm. Okay, Madison can. He is Travis Henry. Honestly, I put him third.
Put him third? Okay.
I don't like his bench because of the lack of running backs. Lack of running back, but I think I put him third.
So,
That's how
there,
I put it.
there is some correspondence with my rankings. The main person we disagree on is Josh Bell. I have Josh Bell in third.
I
You
just
have him
don't
in
like his
seventh.
team because I just don't see upside. Like I can see it as a solid team, but I think once again, if we're going to the end of the year for playoff time and at the end of the year, I just don't think his team is very good. Like I think his team is solid, make the playoffs type team, but it's like they're going out first round. It's like the fucking Vikings. Like yeah, we're good enough to make the damn playoffs, but they're getting eliminated in the first round. Like so
Vikings fan
it's
saying
just
that.
not a
So,
yeah, I am because it's just a fact. I would
consensus
love to
wise,
be happy about that.
the top two has been consensus all offseason that me and Bradley have the best teams. Just, which I agree with. Two best teams. When you're putting T
I
Law,
think if
CMC, Gibbs,
I
go wide
think if
receivers.
I don't know his name. Lord, what's his first name? Varun?
You have room third
I think that
this year.
his team, I could sneak up there, but I just think his running backs are just weaker than the first two. They're not bad, but they're just weaker.
Which is true, but Hill
But
and
like
Diggs is
Mike
crazy.
Evans, Stephon Diggs, and Tyreek Hill and Josh Allen, like that's a really fucking good. And upside Kyle Pitts, even though I don't like Kyle Pitts, there's upside.
So I had room in
But like to me,
fourth. You
if
have
I
him in
was him, I
third.
tried to package a receiver, try to give me some running backs,
Another big thing.
some better running backs.
I had Braxton in ninth, and I said no top 12 guys at their position outside of Mahomes and Kelsey, which when
Yeah,
you
but
look
see,
at it
I like Braxton's team.
is true. But
I
at the same
like
time,
it's true. I understand, but I like his team because I see upside there. Rashad White, open running back in the backfield. Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has been good. Was good last year. He just didn't score a touchdown. Calvin Ridley coming into the offense could be potential number one. DK Metcalf not a lot of upside, but Travis Kelce and Mahomes always got that. Deion Jackson, like you got a Deion Jackson play. Like if Jonathan Taylor legitimately gets traded, Deion Jackson play. You have a Deion Jackson. Jalen Warren solid, AJ Dillon or whatever. Michael Thomas was solid. I like this. I like this team. I don't think it's amazing, but I like it.
and I feel like if my
No, wait. Go
revision
back
would
to
be
Miles' team.
Miles is right here.
Go back to his team.
Yeah, this is right here. Deshaun Watson revenge here.
Uh, that's why I was like, why did I put Miles full up? Because he's fucking Debo.
Yeah. So,
No flags. It's a game.
bros watching drink man. Literally,
Trade made for the win.
my revision would be move Braxton in the tier two because I would say they're all interchangeable. In between Varun and Braxton are all interchangeable. Here, same thing. In between Varun and Miles are all interchangeable. I feel like Bryson and Christian
To
are like
me, I would
guaranteed
have
worst.
you, J.K. Bradley. I'm having that tier one. I'm saying that tier two. I put Varun, Arnav, Braxton. I put Braxton in tier two, honestly. And Justin, wait, Justin's team is Herbert. I don't remember his name is. Herbert. Um, who the fuck is his name? It's Herbert. I know it's Herbert.
Justin,
Justin.
Herbert,
Oh, is it
Jacobs,
Justin Jefferson?
Jacobs, Akers, Jay Jettas, Keenan Allen, Godwin, Waller.
Oh, oh yeah, that's it. Actually, lose him above Braxton, but same team. I would put Justin.
Okay.
but still same tier. Still same tier, but I put him above. And I put yeah, I would put Bell and Miles in tier three.
And then tier
And
four, Bryson and Christian.
honestly, honestly, I'd put tier four Bryson and tier five Christian. I just put them in their own tiers. I mean, Bryson to me is just a thing of Cooper Cup. Like if Cooper Cup's healthy, he can be in tier three. Honestly, like if Cooper Cup's healthy, he can be in tier three. And Christian is in a tier of his own. Like that team is not great. Like it's a 10-man league. That team is not great. It's just not great. Okay, we watched Breaking win. Now we're gonna go watch Point Warriors. Who's the Alabama quarterback?
Okay, tier three, yellow. Oh, not yellow. Jesus Christ.
Nigga, no one can read yellow.
Okay,
No one can read that shit. Like, why would you ever make something yellow? Nobody can fucking read that.
there we go. Then tier five. You're putting, yeah. Actually, no. These guys are on tier two. Yeah.
I would put
You're in tier three.
those guys in here. Yeah, I was gonna
You're in
say
tier
I
three
would
too.
put those guys off.
Tier four, we will go with
Like
red
again,
for
if
Bryson.
Miles didn't have Debo Samuel as his
And
first
tier
wide
five,
receiver, I'd put him higher.
tier five will stay
But
black
Debo Samuel
as
isn't good.
Christian. So correspondence, pretty much. Three of the bottom four we agree on. I have Miles in seven, Bryson in eight, Christian in 10. We agree on the final team. We agree on the top two, me and Bradley, one and two. And the middle, pretty similar, besides Braxton and Bell are our biggest differences. I have Braxton in ninth and Bell in third. Other than that, though, pretty much some agreement. Um, the other person who's power rankings, Miles, is a lot lower on Justin's team. I don't see it.
I mean, Justin
I feel like
Herbert,
this team is
Jefferson,
solid.
Josh Jacobs, Keenan Allen. That's a really Darren Waller, Keith Ritchie. That's a really good team. Chris
Like I like
Godwin
this
too.
team.
Yeah, yeah. That team's a really
Monty
good.
on the
Christian
bench,
Kirk,
Christian
Jalen
Kirk too.
Montgomery, Raheem Mostert. That team's really good. That's a really good team.
And I will say this is league this year most parity by far. I would say all. I would agree. Seven of these teams have championship chances. These two are the most clear ones, and they don't have to make any deals just because CMC and Gibbs and Chubb and Chubb hurts AJ Brown, CMC Gibbs, Waddle Amon Ra, and Smitty is crazy. Like
Finish.
Chubb and then Chubb, AJ Brown,
Mom,
Garrett
slam,
Wilson,
slam.
also crazy, and hurt.
Mom,
So
slam.
that concludes the NSG
Hey,
podcast week one power
let's
rankings. I'll say though, after week one, this is probably going to change. A lot of shit's going to happen. People are going
Well,
to get injured.
everything changes after week one.
Everything changes after week one. We got to include record into this
Yeah,
and team
typically.
prediction.
Like typically everything changes after week one.
But I will say though, one last thing
What
before I go
doesn't
out.
change after week one?
My week one scoreboard hot take.
Unless your predictions are like 100% right or at least 95% right, typically things change.
My week one scoreboard hot take is I'm going to lose to Christian week one. I feel like matchup wise. I always want to look at this before we leave.
Like
Matchup
Christian?
wise,
The fuck does Christian have?
because
No
here's
way
why.
you'll lose.
Right, I predicted this.
You said what?
It's just a bad matchup for me. He
I don't
has
think it, like what is
okay because he has Mike Will and Eckler against Miami,
Okay, that could be a high score. That could be the high score game.
and I'm stuck with AJ Brown. I'm stuck with the Philly against New England.
Yeah, Philly against New England isn't great because Bill
And that
Belichick
is
is going to do
why
everything in his power to stop.
I'm stuck with Philly against New England. My best matchups are what? J.K. Dobbins against Houston. I'm stuck with Garrett Wilson against Buffalo. And I'm just thinking Higbee. I'm going Higbee for what? Probably fucking 880 and a touchdown.
That's high ball.
And then Mike Will and Eckler going off. My best bet is,
Wait, who else is on Christian's team?
oh, I'm showing the matchup now.
Hold on.
And that
I'm
is
making
why
sure this is good.
this is my week one hot take: is I lose to Christian week one. I think it's possible that I could
Let's
win.
see. I don't love Browns versus Bengals too. Mm, Mix up might only get like 14 points.
Exactly, and
Mm,
that's why I'm kind of scared. Right, I'm kind of scared. You see, my easy play was going to be Christian Watson against the Bears. I'm forced to play Drake London now. I'm confident in
Garrett
Drake
Wilson.
London, but I'm not that confident in
Oh,
Drake London.
we should have did that for NSG.
What?
We should have did matchups. I forgot about that. We should have
Yeah,
did
we
that.
shouldn't have matchups, but
Prediction wins.
Eli's probably out getting drunk right now, so
Most likely. Because he said he wasn't available, which means I think he's probably getting high. So
literally,
yeah,
this is what I think it is possible. I do lose to him week one, even though rest of the season I have
we
no
should have
qualms
done.
that I'll make playoffs and I'll be
We should
the
have
one
done
of the
that.
best teams in the league. But this week it's not a good matchup, and with the Eckler
Yeah,
Mike Williams
I think
shootout
you'll agree with me. I mean,
and Jamal
I
Williams,
like.
Tennessee is a good run defense, but all Jamal Williams needs is a touchdown.
I do say that this week may not be your most favorable week with these with because of matchups. Because Eagles versus Patriots isn't very favorable. Ooh, Texas beating Alabama.
And then Jets
Go Texas.
Buffalo.
Go Texas.
Jets Buffalo is also kind of meh.
Jets Buffalo. I mean Buffalo without Von Miller. I could see Garrett Wilson having a good game.
And my best bet is J.K. Dobbins drops 30, which is possible because it's
Yeah,
Houston.
which is possible.
It's Houston.
It's Houston. Very much possible. Aiming
But
at you.
this is also my matchup of the week because it's 1v10, and whoever wins this, I wouldn't be surprised for either team to win that. And some of the other ones, aka some of the other ones, aren't that intriguing. But other than that, that is about it for the NSG podcast and the MPA plus Friends power rankings. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.